What's going on, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel fans? It's your boy Cal Life here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video, and I just want to say thank you all who has been tuning in. But before we go into anything else, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as you don't want to miss my other content, as I do upload daily. Now, I do want to point out we are going to be talking about Swordsoul Tenyi and how this deck is just always phenomenal, no matter what selection pack comes out. Basically, this deck is crazy. All right, so we just added a new synchro monster, which is going to be Psychic and Punisher. If you guys don't know about Psychic and Punisher, you should probably learn about what it does. Basically, when your life points are less than or equal to your opponent's, this synchro monster card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. And on top of that, once per turn, you can pay 1,000 life points, then target one monster you control and one card your opponent controls, banish them, and then finally at the start of the battle phase, you can make this card gain attack equal to the difference in your life points and your opponent's. So it doesn't matter if you have more life points or if you have less life points, as long as there's a difference, this thing is going to be gaining the equal of difference. So anyways, how are you going to be able to summon it? Well, it's pretty simple. You just really take an Ecclesia and you take one of the Vishudas or one of the Ashunas, and then bam, you have a Psychic and Punisher. Another thing that you can do is any other way to get like a level 4 token onto the field and one of your like level 7 monsters, you will be fine. So if, let's say for instance, you summon out a Longnyuan, right? Your token comes on the field, and then you summon out like a Taia as well. You banish one of like your emergences or like Sacred Summit, then bam, you can increase the level of Longnyuan, make it until level 7, and you get Psychic and Punisher. Or you can go ahead and just have any other of these level 7 monsters on the field, and then you can make a Psychic and Punisher. And on the top of that, let's say you have a Draco, Berserker, Tenyi, you could lower that level as well, have a level 4, and then bam, you make a level 11 Psychic and Punisher. It's like really up to you on what you decide that you want to do. But anyways, this is what we have. Another thing I want to point out, I don't understand why people are not playing Swords of Concealing Light yet. This card is actually cracked. You definitely should be playing it. And now with Sprite Speed on board, you need to be playing Effect Veilers as well. And if you do have some Ogres, I suggest you play that. I unfortunately have Ogres, but I don't have enough room to be playing Ogres. But anyways, this is what we have. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Enjoy the Swordsoul Tenyi. Peace. All right, so it looks like we are going to be going first. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate our Pot of Desires. Unfortunately, we didn't get what we wanted, so at least here though we have something. Trying to decide. I think we're gonna start off with the Ecclesia. Ecclesia will allow us to go ahead and summon out the Mo Ye. It's kind of sad, bro, because that Desire just banished almost every good thing we needed. Like, look at that. One of our Longnyuans is banished. Like, come on, man. I just really hate when that happens. Anyways, we can do this. Summon out the Grandmaster, Chixiao. Chixiao, chain 1 and then chain 2 Mo Ye. Ooh, we end up drawing Protos. That's actually pretty good. And then I guess we could take the Taia here. Now let's activate this. Send the Adhara into the graveyard. And doesn't look like they have anything to stop us. So that's actually super nice. I say here we probably should end up going into this Sinister. I know for a fact that a lot of people are running around playing like Runic Sprite, and this would really stop them. So put these 3 face down. And on top of that, we can just summon out Protos. So I'm thinking we banish these 3. And we keep the Adhara in grave because Adhara will at least allow us to get our Longnyuan back. All right, so not a bad hand if I say so myself. It's actually pretty good. We do have a Blackout and we have a Sinister. We have a Solemn Judgement. So if they decide that they're going to go ahead and try to hit us with some crazy cards, we should be okay. They're kind of taking a long time though. What is taking so long? I think they end up scooping, bro. Oh, so they're gonna be playing Sky Strikers. That's interesting. That is super interesting. Sky Strikers I can easily deal with because we do have call by. Man, he is thinking hard, bro. He is like super thinking. Okay, there goes Kaina. This one is going to activate. I wonder if he targets. What does he target here? Okay, that's fine. We're gonna use our Sinister to go ahead and banish that real quick. And here comes Rose. Summoning out Rose doesn't really do anything for him. At least he will be able to continue his play. But still, he's taking 1200 damage. And if he activates a spell, he's gonna take more damage. There goes Hayate. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and activate Solemn. Just get rid of that card completely. So now it's really up to whatever else he has. He can't use Ray's ability because of Protos. And that's gonna be it. GG's. So first off, they are gonna go ahead and start off with a Runic Tip. Runic Tip is actually gonna grab the Fountain, which is going to toss out our Mo Ye. From there, Runic Fountain is going to activate, allowing them to grab the Flashing Fire. Fire is going to summon out the power of Huggin. Huggin is then going to toss out, which I thought was weird, a Sprite Smashers just so he could chain block. I guess he really wanted to make sure that he got this +3, but I don't know if I would have tossed out Sprite Smashers. From there, he does summon out Maxx C. Maxx C being a level 2 monster allows him to go into the Gigantic. From Sprite Gigantic, he is able to get Blue. Blue is going to grab the Jet. Now, what's crazy about this is even after doing this whole combo, it's still just too easy for Swordsoul, and you're gonna see why. So from here, he gets off another Runic Fountain, and then he's going to activate Runic Destruction, allowing him to summon out and extend his combo with the power of Runic, with the power of Huggin. So from there, he is then going to make a Sprite Elf. From the Sprite Elf, he's going to go ahead and summon a monster, which is going to allow him to summon out the Blue, using Jet and Blue to make the Jin Buster. And honestly, I don't agree with this play, because you're only setting yourself up for one negation, and you're gonna see why. From here, we're gonna activate Harpie's Feather Duster, which is going to wipe out his Runic Fountain and also the power of his Imperm. And the reason he couldn't save his card is because Sprite Elf is on the field, so he wasn't able to be able to summon out his Huggin, which does suck for him. But I feel like as a Sprite Runic player, you need to learn when to play certain things and have it. But honestly, I understand, because here he did not want his card to be targeted, right? But at the same time, he should have also put his Djinn here if he didn't want to target the card. Anyways, we are going to activate Emergence. We are then going to use our call by to stop him from getting Jet. Jet is then going to get banished. And after this, I'm letting you guys know, it's literally just GG's, because with the Emergence, we have everything we need in hand. We have a Longnyuan, we have a Vishuda, and that's all we need. So we're going to get rid of the Vishuda. He is going to activate that. This is going to force him to use his Sprite Red, get rid of his Djinn. So 2 negates already down, which is all of his negates. And all we need is just this virtual Ecclesia. Here we go. We can summon out Taia. Taia is then going to banish the power of Emergence, allowing me to go into a Baxia. Baxia will then box them back into the extra deck and the main deck, allowing me to be able to continue my play while I also use Taia to dump a Mo Ye. Mo Ye is going to be the big thing here. We get rid of the Mo Ye, then we get rid of the Baxia, summon out the Mo Ye, reveal the Blackout, and now we have a token on the field. We get rid of now his gigantic sprite, going back to the extra deck, and finally we go into Chixiao. Now at this point, we are going to be able to grab a card, and the card I was going to grab was going to be Protos, as I would just go ahead and lock him out of going into dark monsters. And if you haven't noticed, gigantic sprite is a dark. Most of the sprite monsters are dark. So GG. All right, match number 3, and it looks like we are going to be going against Despia. Despia is going to go ahead and set up, I don't even think they set up a really good board. I think it was like really kind of pitiful, to be honest with you, as they're using Poly here to go ahead and make a Lubellion. Lubellion is then going to go ahead and pitch a card into the graveyard, which is going to be a Patchwork. So it looks like they did brick, and honestly, that's on them for not playing Swordsoul, because let's be honest, guys, Swordsoul best deck. Swordsoul best deck. Every selection pack, Swordsoul still stays relevant, and on top of that, it always seems to get better. So here they go. They get a Mirror Jade onto the field. Now it is my turn, and guess what we top deck? Swords of Concealing Light, one of the goldest cards right now, and if you're not playing this card, you definitely should. So basically, his Mirror Jade is going to activate the effect. Mirror Jade is going to banish himself, because if he didn't, he was going to get flipped face down for 3 turns. Now, here we go. He's going to go ahead and Maxx C us. We have 2 call buys. So I wasn't really worried about the Albion going to the grave, and I definitely wasn't worried about my Maxx C. But yeah, it was just GG's. They end up scooping, as there was nothing that they could have done, and they basically banished their card for no reason. So for match number 2, we are going to start out with our Longnyuan, allowing us to go ahead and toss out the Adhara into the grave. From there, we're going to go ahead and summon, not a Barone, actually. We're going to go into a Sinister. And the reason I'm going Sinister is because I have it where I can go ahead and get an extra draw. Plus, on top of that, Runic Sprite being such a big thing right now, it is very nice for me to be able to basically set up just in case I need to have a banish, right? So here we go. From there, we are now going to go into the Grandmaster Chixiao. Chixiao is going to allow me to draw a card because it's a Worm monster that was summoned by Sinister. It's on the board. Allow me to also use Taia to pitch a card into the graveyard. So here we go. Taia pitches out the Mo Ye, which also is going to chain block for us. I'm going to grab the Sacred Summit because we do have Longnyuan in our hand because of the Adhara that we had used earlier. From here, we can then go ahead and use this to make one of my favorite monsters in this deck, Adamancipator Rising Swordsoul. This card is so good with Swordsoul because Mo Ye being a water type, we are able to negate spell and traps. And then so on the field right now, we have an Interruption is with the power of Sinister and burn damage. So that's about 2400 burn damage. So we see that we're playing Virtual World. They're going to go ahead and try to hit us with a King Long, right, to negate our effect. I'm not going to be allowing that. Then from there, they are going to go ahead and summon out, I think this is GG. Yeah, GG. And then from GG, they're going to summon out, is this Lily? Yeah, that's Lily, right? And then from the Lily, they are just trying to play through the Maxx C, but honestly, Maxx C isn't even really needed for us. we have already got this duel sealed because I'm just being patient. As you can see, I haven't activated Sinister yet. They are going to now reveal that they have a Lulu in their hand. And if you ever needed to know what to ash when it comes to Virtual World, it's definitely Lulu. That card is literally everything they need, and it's super annoying. So anyways, they are going to now go into the new card, Power Tool Dragon. And this is when I decide it's time to go ahead and just banish the card, because what this is going to do, allow him to go ahead and equip 3 spell cards from the deck, right? But because we banish it, he's not going to be able to equip, so therefore the effect is not going to go off, so no need to negate it. We however do draw into a Nibiru just in case we need the Nibiru, and I'm gonna be honest, we really don't, as he now goes into Infernoble Charles. Charles is going to go ahead and attack. I'm actually going to use a Blackout to go ahead and negate Charles' effect, just in case he was going for Chixiao. And by negating this, right, we can also get a token onto the field. Now I'm going to use this again. I'm going to banish out the Summit. And the reason I'm going to banish out Summit is because I want to go ahead and get Psychic and Punisher on board. However, he ends up scooping. I think he knew what was about to happen, and it's just GG's. Let's get into the next one. All right, so now we're gonna start off with going with Ecclesia first, because we open up 2 Longnyuans. So obviously I'm gonna go with the Mo Ye. It's the only logical play here. Now I could have started off by probably going into Taia instead, but I decided to do this instead. But I think what would have been better, to be honest with you, we could have got an extra draw here. I should have used the power of Longnyuan, get rid of Longnyuan, summon out Sinister. Then with Taia, I would be able to go ahead and get another worm monster on the field, allowing me to go ahead and get an extra draw. I think that's what I should have done. But either way, this play also worked out. I am going to put my Sinister in defense mode this time because I don't have a spell trap negate here. So I'm literally just hoping that they don't have a way of destroying us. They are going to activate Alert Darkness, so we can already tell this is going to be Despia, because most Despia or Thunder Dragons activate that card. Not much Elf. Maybe Dark Lords a little bit. But anyways, they are going to activate Branded Opening. Now I'm going to be smart, and I'm actually going to get rid of the Branded Opening by banishing it and having them lose 1200 life points. And the reason I'm doing that is because I do not want Branded Opening protecting their fusion monsters, right? And the reason that is because we have Blackout, so I want to make sure I can get the destruction off. Now they are going to go ahead and activate this Branded Fusion, which is going to allow them to summon out Lubellion. Lubellion is now going to go ahead and pitch a card into the graveyard. I can already tell that this is most likely going to be Buster Blader, because of the fact that they did pitch the Dragon Buster of Destruction. They are going to activate Called By a Branded in red while I activate Called By, which is then going to go ahead and get rid of their Tragedy, stopping them from being able to go ahead and save the Lubellion play, allowing them to go into Mirror Jade. So at this point, they put 1 card face down, and I'm going to wait to the end phase to go ahead and get rid of Chixiao, allowing me to destroy their Trap Trick, which would have been super annoying. I do end up drawing, but they end up scooping. So a little easy. Like I said, guys, Swordsoul is literally one of the best decks in this game. It's really easy to climb with. Even in Diamond 1, you just constantly just having just amazing hands. But and with the power tool, I mean, not power tool, I'm sorry, with Psychic and Punisher, it gets even better, bro. I'm telling you.